Hi, I'm Aileen with Performance Realtors.
And I'm Christa Martinez with Signature Home Lending.
And today we bring you our very first episode of our new series called Getting Real with Real Estate, where we're going to answer all of your real estate questions, ugly, good, bad, whatever it is. We want to make sure that we are real with you and that we empower you with knowledge and information. So if you have any questions during this episode, you can leave your questions in the comment section below using the hashtag #GetReal. So hashtag #GetReal, and we'll make sure to answer those questions on our next episode. Our goal is pretty much to do it once a week. Yeah. So once a week, we'll go ahead and get together, go over some topics. And today, actually, this week, I had a client, a mutual client, that called and wanted to wait on submitting an offer on a house that they liked because a friend or a coworker or a coworker friend or a friend of the coworker,
Coworkers, friends,
whatever it is, they said that they could get a program where they paid their closing costs and that they didn't have to pay for closing costs. So, what do you think about that, Christa?
Well, obviously there are programs out there, so yes, that is true and that's valid. Although they're case by case. There's lots of programs out there, but there's a lot of factors involved there in deciding whether or not you will qualify for those programs.
Right.
One, they're looking at FICO score, your credit score. I mean, there's some companies out there you can buy as low as 560, but those programs that are tied to these down payment assistance, most of them require you to have a minimum of 620, some 640, and some I've seen 660. So with that being said, we gotta look at credit score,
right?
And that's gonna be, and they're looking at the mid FICO,
right?
And
I think also the misconception is because one thing that they said was, well, that person's credit score was the same as mine. So if they can get those closing costs, how come I can't?
Right.
So what about the credit?
The thing is that without looking at what that other person's credit is, we don't know, but I will tell you that
debt, right? Whatever they owe.
Your debt to income ratio. There's a lot of factors involved there.
What is debt to income ratio? Because a lot of our viewers sometimes, if this is your first time, you may not know what that means. So
okay, so whenever you hear, if you've gone to apply for a home loan and you don't exactly know what that is, or you've heard about that, or even when you're buying a car, debt to income ratio. So your debt is all your payments, minimum payments, not total payments that you owe.
Right.
So let's just do easy numbers. Let's say you have a $100 credit card balance and you pay $10 a month. Let's say you have a car payment and you pay $200 a month. So you have $210 in monthly payments, and let's say that you're applying for a house payment that's going to be $1,000. So now you have $1,210. That's your total debts divided by your total gross income.
Okay.
And that will give you a DTI, which is debt to income ratio.
Okay.
And that has to be under 45% in order to qualify for some of these programs. Especially young people, you're out there, you're building your credit, things are good, and then somebody asks you to co-sign for a car, and I see this so much. They come in and they say, oh, but I don't make that car payment. Bottom line is though, unless they are signed on that contract and you can prove 12 months that they've been making the payment, that debt is going to be counted against you in purchasing a home.
Okay. Do you have to pay those down payment assistance programs? Do you have to pay them back?
Yeah, you do. They are, well, there's a couple programs. You pay for it in the long run. You either pay for it in the interest rate, you take a higher interest rate. So I'll give you an example. If you used a program, let's say you used a CalHFA Today loan with the down payment assistance My Home, which helps you with down payment assistance, you'd be looking at about a 4.25. If we put you into a grant, or you choose to do a grant program, then you're about 4.5% interest. So, and then we don't even get into lender credit yet. There's some times where there's lender credits that are offered. Again, those aren't for free. You're taking a higher interest rate and receiving a lender credit to help offset those closing costs.
So even at a 4.5, that's a great interest rate. It's like borrowing money almost for free.
Right.
Now, so you don't have to pay it back. Like, for example, you have 5 years to pay it back. You don't, right? It's just kind of, it gets rolled into
silent,
30 years.
On CalHFA, the My Home, it's a silent second. You pay it back at the end, either when you refinance a few years down the road, or you sell the house to upgrade, or you pay off the house. So at that point, you're paying off the...
So now, do you pay interest rate on that amount that you borrow? So let's say your closing cost is $5,400. Do you...
On some of the
some
of the programs, they're as low as 3% interest on some of the down payment assistance programs.
Okay, got it.
Although there are some programs where it's upfront in the interest rate and you're paying in the long term. So, but the best thing to do is to ask your lender or give us a call, and we'll answer any questions that you may have and give you your options, because, you know, as Aileen said to begin with, you know, knowledge is power, and we're definitely about empowering the community to understand what they're doing when it comes to home purchasing.
This is what we do every single day with multiple people. Not one person is the same, so not one person's gonna have or qualify for the exact same loan as somebody else. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. It's very complex. So we wanna make sure that we get you the right information and the right programs. So definitely check with your lender, check with your realtor, and just let us know what your concerns are, because our goal is to make sure that you understand the market. And yes, at the end of the transaction, I want to make sure that you know how real estate works, and that way whenever you need to empower anybody else, you can. But I find that a lot of times you get discouraged because some people will have some bad advice for you, or scary advice that, you know, they'll end up costing you the house that may be the one for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to get connected with people you can trust. So if you feel at any time you're with somebody you cannot trust, and if you ask a question that challenges what has been told to you and don't feel comfortable, then seek outside advice. Bottom line, no one should ever feel challenged in asking those questions. So there's so many great people out there in the community, and real estate agents and lenders. Great. I have some great colleagues I work with. So, you know, you just have to feel confident in what you're doing when you're purchasing a home.
Absolutely. Oh yes, I agree. So we're here for you. If you have any questions that we can answer for you, again, use #GetReal in the comment section below, or anywhere in your social media, whether it's Facebook or our Facebook page. I will link my Facebook page in the section below as well. Do you have a Facebook page?
I do.
So I'll go
Christa
ahead
Martinez, Signature Home Lending.
Yes, so I'll leave hers at the bottom as well. So if you guys want to click on any of it, there's tons of information on both of our websites. So if there's anything else, if there's something crazy, something that you want us to answer, let us know. We're going to be bringing you these videos every single week, so then that way we can answer all of your questions.
Right, and one of the things is getting real estate is definitely the focus, is to really drive in on those questions that the community asks. You know, the questions that daily we're being asked by first-time home buyers, by investors, second-time home buyers, you know, VA loans, whatever the questions we get, we're going to bring them to you, and we're going to answer those questions on Getting Real with Real Estate.
Well, I'm Aileen with Performance Realtors.
And I'm Christa Martinez with Signature Home Lending.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.